So to me, that suggests when you become active, you can actually regulate your appetite appropriately, or much more appropriately than if you're sedentary.
And do you think this has to do with changes in the brain centers that respond to satiety signals from the periphery? What I was taught, and I don't know if this is still considered true, is that spikes in blood sugar will trigger a desire to eat more, even though it's kind of exactly the opposite of what you need when you have a spike in blood sugar. And there's this kind of, and we'll get into this when we talk about artificial sweeteners, there's this idea in mind, I think I adopted, perhaps falsely, that you eat something that's sweet or that tastes really good and you are suddenly on the train of wanting to eat more. Yeah. And I could imagine how exercise, if it is increasing the satiety signals, could be working in a number of different ways.
Yeah, I think the effect is probably mostly at the brain level. The effects on blood sugar, the research out there is not very compelling for blood sugar driving appetite. Now, if you become hypoglycemic, yes, you'll get hungry, but it's a different kind of hunger than like your normal, like I feel kind of empty and my stomach's growling. Like they can go together, but usually like the hypoglycemia is like, I am hot, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Like you wanna eat something not because your stomach's growling, but because you know that you just need some fuel.
It's like you're getting pulled under.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've been there when I've done longer fasts, something I don't do anymore, and drank a lot of black coffee. There was probably an electrolyte effect there because coffee has you excrete sodium and other electrolytes. Yeah. And then just feeling like I needed something, this whole thing, like I need something, this kind of desperation. I never want to be back here again. Hypoglycemia is very uncomfortable.
It's not fun. So, again, when they look at, actual randomized control trials of implementing some exercise where they're, pretty controlled environment, they typically see people, if anything, they eat less as opposed to eating more. Now, some people, again, that's, studies report averages, right? And there's individual data points. So there are some people who at least anecdotally report that exercise makes them more hungry. That's completely valid. It could be their beliefs around it. It could be a number of different things, but it's important to understand that there is individual variability. And I think one of the things that I've learned to appreciate more is not trying to separate psychology and physiology. We do this a lot. It's like, well, I want to know the physiology. I don't care about the psychology of it. And now I'm kind of appreciating more psychology is physiology.